All right, Lakeland School Committee, this is your Assistant Superintendent. Today is Monday. It is June 15th. It is the first of 1, 2, 3, 4 Lancer days that we're going to be having over the course of the next 4 days. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. The weather was absolutely phenomenal. I know for some people it's a little bit too cold, but this weather, I just absolutely love this weather. Transition, I love our graduating class of 2020. My message today is going to be exclusively geared at our graduating class of 2020. I filmed a video for you guys on April 28th, and that was kind of like my first real break from what I was considering at the time, like a quote unquote sketch comedy, wherein I said to my message, in my message to the class of 2020, I said, my heart was breaking along with you, because at that time we really didn't know. There's so much uncertainty. I think we all had an idea that we weren't going to be back in school, at least in a conventional sense, for the academic year, and the prospect of getting everybody together, whether it be outside or inside at that time, was really, 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 really unknown. And my heart at that moment was breaking. But when I officially got the announcement from Mr. Beatty and the graduation committee on Friday, my heart was celebrating. I hopefully along with everybody else's, to see how far that we've come in such a short amount of time is really phenomenal. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the graduation committee and commend them for the work that they did. Special thanks, of course, goes to Miss Lutz, Miss Harmon, Miss Mazza, Mr. Lauder, who is putting everything together. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without Mr. Beatty and the support of our Board of Education and all of the work, that our graduation committee did. I know that people were clamoring for answers, and I'm glad that they trusted the process the way that they worked through that process, because ultimately, if we would have made a formal decision and stuck with it, like a lot of school districts did after the first, second, third, or at this point we're at the fourth, but first, second, or third executive order or guidance that came out from the Department of Education, we wouldn't be able to provide you with, yes, 2 different graduation events. So let's just jump right into it. The first event that we're having for our class of 2020, we're calling our commencement celebration. It is taking place at the Warwick Drive-In on June 24th. The Warwick Drive-In is, of course, in Warwick, New York, on Route 94. It's really not that far from Ringwood and Wanacue. It's about a 25-minute drive at most. The time that it's going to start parking is going to begin at 8:15. Unfortunately, due to the confines of just the facility itself, we're not going to be able to allow anybody in early. So there's no preferential parking, I guess. But parking is going to begin at 8:15, and then the virtual ceremony is promptly going to begin at 9 o'clock. The reason we have to wait until later is because it's a drive-in. We have to wait until it's dark. So the commencement celebration that we're having at the Warwick Drive-In, this event is going to allow our entire graduating class to celebrate together, wherein you're going to be able to view our entire conventional ceremony with all of the, pun intended, pomp and circumstance that goes along with it. I'm going to be emceeing the event, obviously virtually. We will have speeches, tributes, musical performances, the reading of the names. We have a special kind of musical performance at the very end of that. All of these things have been pre-recorded. They're put onto a DVD. Everything's been edited together by Mr. Lauder, put onto a DVD, and then pumped onto the big screen there. So everybody's going to have an opportunity to kind of see our full ceremony at once. There's 1 parking pass per car, unfortunately, because space is limited and we have so many graduates. That's something that we kind of have to stick to. If there are any extenuating circumstances, like we said in the letter, for either event, reach out to Miss Lutz. Just some ground rules for it. You should stay in your car the entire time. You should be wearing your cap and gown and any other graduation regalia that kind of goes along with it, cords, stoles, those sorts of things. We are going to have a turning of the tassels when you are in your cars at the event. That's kind of my final part of the graduation ceremony. You should be decorating your car, obviously school appropriate. It is a school event. if you have to use the facility, please make sure you're wearing a mask. We're not providing masks for anybody. That's the only time you should be leaving your car, and or you can leave your car to go get food as well. Obviously, practice social distancing. There's going to be security there that's going to be provided by the Warwick Drive-In, who is going to be enforcing all of their rules and regulations. So please just make sure that this is an event that everybody can get behind and everybody can enjoy. That's pretty much that. If you don't feel comfortable leaving your car to get food at the event, there's an app that they have that you're going to be able to order food. That's pretty much that. Now, the next event that we're having is going to take place on July 6th. We hope. The rain date is going to be July 9th. This event is going to be an awarding of the diplomas, and that's going to take place at our facility, Lakeland Regional High School, on the athletic field. Due to the fact that social distancing laws and also the executive order, even if it is bumped up to 500, we're only going to be able to have half the graduates there at one time. So the way that we broke it down was, in order to kind of make sure that we were able to get under that 500 mark for each, students with the last name A through Linus, they're going to arrive at 6 o'clock. Promptly at 6:30, the ceremony is going to begin for those students. And then any student last name beginning with M through, I think Zuta is probably the last name that we have. Those people are going to arrive at 7:30, and an 8 o'clock ceremony is going to begin. This one is going to be very, very, very abbreviated. Each student is only going to have 2 tickets of admittance. This is going to be a modified in-person graduation ceremony, especially for those parents and those students who want to quote-unquote walk across the stage and actually get a diploma, where there's going to be no real pomp and circumstance that goes into it. We're going to have individuals reading the names. There might be a small welcome speech, and that pretty much is that. Students, again, we're going to be practicing social distancing. This is what we have to do by the Department of Education. You have to wear masks. Yes, you are going to be able to pull down your mask or remove it as you walk across the stage. We are going to have a photographer there, and there are going to be pictures that are going to be obviously available for you guys, and you're going to be able to take those as well. And you're not going to have a mask on any of your pictures unless you want to. But this is going to allow you guys to kind of formally walk across the stage. Again, we wish that we were able to have everybody A through Z together, but unfortunately it's A through L who are arriving at 6 o'clock for 6:30 ceremony, and then M through Z, 7:30 for an 8 o'clock ceremony. Everybody is going to be sitting on the football field in those chairs together. We know that seniors, you are coming to Lakeland on Wednesday the 17th. It's broken down by last name. And that's pretty much all I have. I am so happy that we are able to do this for you. If you didn't get a chance to drive by Lakeland yesterday, make sure you drive by Lakeland today. The class of 2020 was able to provide lawn signs for every senior. If you have any questions about the lawn signs or any issues with the lawn signs, please make sure you reach out to Miss Harmon. But there was a group of parents who set those up yesterday, and that was really cool. I said on the 28th, my heart broke, and I was struggling right along with you. At this time, my heart is happy, and I look forward to celebrating right along with you. Please make sure you guys attend both events. Wear your caps, your gowns, your stoles, everything to all of those events, because we're looking forward to celebrating you, because you deserve it. Talk to you guys soon. Love you, miss you, bye.